It's the NBA. UK Sport. And here's the upcoming schedule now for the Miami Heat. On Monday, they'll take on Chris Middleton and the Washington Wizards. And then on Wednesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the Boston Celtics.
In that game against Milwaukee, it's a good checkpoint to see how they fare. It's the 5th contest on the year for them and a chance to evaluate where they stand.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, we got Jaime Jaquez. He's out there with Wiggins, and it's Adebayo in at the 4-man position. And for Charlotte, the guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Mark Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Moore in at the small forward spot. And so it's the Heat hitting on the board first. Right side, Ball. Back to Moore. 6 to shoot. Charlotte needs to get a shot. Bridges inside the 3-point line. And it's Miami with the rebound. Last time they met was in Miami.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Yeah, guys, I watched the film of that one, and they had great activity defensively. They need that again tonight.
Hey, Coach, it's NBA opening night, one of the best dates on the calendar. I know you're as excited as I am.
I sure am. Finally, Kevin, we get some games that count. We've been waiting months for tonight, and I love how at this point, everybody has playoff aspirations.
A lot of optimism, isn't there, Coach?
There sure is. This is the best day of the year.
Has to wear.
Hornets foul. Wendell Moore. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Adebayo kicks to Ware. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Ball with the bucket.
Melo using that body control there, making a play off contact.
For Miami, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Looking at the Hornets, Greg, they're still in pursuit of their first trip to the NBA Finals.
And, Kevin, I hope it happens soon because their fan base deserves it. They've stuck with this team through some difficult years. It's about time they get rewarded. Loves hitting those threes, especially off movement. It makes Miller so tough to defend.
And it's Wiggins missing.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Miller, no up. Wiggins against Ball, and Wiggins with the basket on the assist by Adebayo. Wiggins has got 5 now. Now, let's go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Charles Lee.
I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. And that versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now, here's Wiggins. He has 5. Here's Adebayo. Pass to Highsmith. Takes a 3. Bridges with the board. Charlotte's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Ball with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Williams has a screen for Ball. Now Williams. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Now, here's Ball. This one for 3. Second shot opportunity, and Williams lays it in.
Yeah, that's a nice hustle play, but boy, it drives a coach crazy to concede second chance points.
Wiggins passes to Ware. Back to Wiggins. And there's the drive. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. The Hornets trail. There's Ball with the 3. Here's Williams. Puts the move on. And it's Williams throwing it down.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
No good from Moore. Heat have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. Very solid start for them. Wiggins from outside. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Williams has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Well, that's already his second foul. And that puts the coach in a tough position.
Here's Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down hard.
And what a powerful player Wiggins can be. Dunks like this remind you of that elite level athleticism. And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And it's Wiggins with the jam.
And how about the slam from Wiggins, showing off some of that athleticism there.
Miller outside. Back to Ball. Miller surveying the floor. Driving inside. Williams finds more. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's Ball with the 3. And no good. And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for Miami. He comes away with a... Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Mark Williams. And it's Moore in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
Well, Jaquez doesn't mess around. He likes to throw it down with force.
Ball from long range. Pass to Miller. Jaquez with the steal. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. Call it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more help, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Help is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you. So, Stan, you can talk about this. We always hear about Heat culture, the Miami franchise, from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction, aren't they?
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part is they have great continuity. If you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever. And that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
Wow.
Look at Adebayo there, showing off a little bit, I think.
The kick out to Ball. Williams, a screen on Wiggins. To the middle. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Now, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Miami's on 1 or 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Hawkins with the ball, and it's Miller picking him up. Wiggins drives in, and that one good. 13 points for Andrew Wiggins.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
And Ball slams it in.
Get up, LaMelo. These Ball brothers can fly.
Hawkins the pass to Wiggins. And he drives in, and another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
He's creating good looks and shooting very efficient.
1:52 left here in the second, and it's slammed in by Williams.
And there's one aspect of the game LaMelo's not going to ignore, keeping his teammates involved and the offense working as a unit.
Here's where. Here's Adebayo. He had 16 points in the win against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the scoring. He had a bunch of assists, too, affecting the offense in so many ways.
Here's Highsmith. Last game we saw him score 13.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Ball with it, and Hawkins picks him up defensively. Shots good by Miller.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Moore against Wiggins.
And that's his 4th foul. And we're not even at halftime. That is going to limit his playing time and his aggressiveness the rest of the game.
54 seconds left in the second quarter. The shot's good. Adebayo's got the game tied up here for the Heat.
Wow, that is a tough shot. Adebayo going to the floater.
It's back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Now here's Wiggins. 15 points in the game. Here's where. Boom, he jams it straight down.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Ball kicks to Moore. Miller outside. Williams attacking, and it's Miami with the rebound.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
Where, no good. And a fast break now for the Hornets. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Oh, the big fella throwing it down hard.
It'll count. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Welcome, folks. It's half.
I like how they've been hitting the boards, man. Playing real hard. That's great sign for the second half.
Yeah, but the score is close. And if they want to put...
Now let's take a moment. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Andrew Wiggins in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
On the floor for Miami, we've got Kevin Love, Hero out there with Robinson. Then there's Alec Burks, and it's Jovic in at the power forward. Here's Okogie. Williams, a screen on Robinson. It's up a three. The offensive rebound. Pass to man. Williams, a screen on Hero. Outside Williams. Clock at 6. A second chance effort. And he lays it up and in. And the Hornets lead by 2. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Well, look, Hero is a tough competitor. He doesn't back away from getting hit while shooting the ball.
And at this point, Tyler Hero's used to hearing his name in just about every trade rumor that comes along, Stan. I would assume that's got to be a little disconcerting for a player.
It probably is, Kevin, but give him a lot of credit. It never seems to bother him, at least in terms of affecting his play on the floor. He still puts up big numbers. He plays with great confidence. Tyler Hero is an outstanding offensive player.
7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
And a wide-open look for Hero. Buries it from three-point range. Hero's got 8 here in the quarter.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Okogie uses the glass to finish the layup.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Outside, Hero. They swipe it. Here's Okogie. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Now, Hero. Love, no good. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. To the inside. And the slam by Williams.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow. Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
Now here's Williams. Pass to man. Screen by Nurkic. From outside the arc. Trains it from beyond the arc. Nurkic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Nurkic doesn't take a lot of bad shots, so when he decides to pull up off the dribble, you know he's feeling it.
I mean, come on, that's a shot you expect him to make.
It's hauled in by the Heat. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. And the shot is good. 12 points for Tyler Hero.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game. Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Well, the Miami Heat have always been in contention, Stan, for the East, and you've worked in the organization. Why is that?
Well, look, Kevin, I'll admit to a bit of a bias here, but they have a great coach, maybe the best in the league. He's been there since 2008. That consistency and continuity really helps, and this team expects themselves to win no matter what they go through. Well, remember, Hero came into the league as a scorer, and he's only gotten better, continuing to round out his game.
Here's man. Here he goes, and he uses the glass on the way. Man's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hornets.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut.
And here is Williams. And an intentional foul right there.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And Miami going with a whole new group out there. 54 seconds left to play in the third. Okogie, the pass to Mann. Williams a screen. Mann gets the bucket. And now it's a 9-point Hornets lead.
Well, it's a 3-point shooting lead. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. He's checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And now let's have a look at the teams that were last year's best from the free throw line. The Heat in 5th.
Very reliable. No question. They punish teams for sending them to the free throw line.
Romario the screen. Here's Hero. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, when Hero gets his offense going, he holds nothing back. He just keeps pouring it on.
Nurkic the basketball. And contact on the shot. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening.
Second team foul. At the line for Charlotte, LaMelo.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And what an incredible talent Miller is. What a ferocious finish there.
Well, that's a smart play, taking advantage of the mismatch in close.
Ball against Hero. Yep, that one goes in there. Ball's got 12.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great pass.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Nurkic is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Moore in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. From deep, Adebayo. Wiggins against Moore. On the wing, Wiggins. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Williams has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. With the floater, that falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 8th assist here tonight. We've got some talented defensive big men in the league today, Coach. But in your opinion, who would you say is the best rim protector?
Well, Kevin, I would have said Rudy Gobert because people didn't even want to go to the rim and challenge him. Anthony Davis is great. But I'm telling you, the young guy, Victor Wembanyama, I think is the best we've got now.
Isn't he something else, Dan? We've never seen anything like him.
We never have, and I'm not sure we ever will again.
And here are the Heat now, following the score by Charlotte. Here's Adebayo. And then jammed down as he goes right over Mark Williams.
Oh, that's not fair. Adebayo using his athleticism to give this crowd something to remember. Oh, just an impressive dunker of the basketball. I love how Bridges just takes the initiative and gets funky with his throwdown.
Now, here's Ball. Here's Williams, and it's Williams finishing it off.
What I like here, even with
the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Now, here's Ball. He takes it in. 6 on the shot clock, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
They just miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Here's Moore. Hits it from three-point range.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Miller outside. Poked away.
And before he had time to bring the ball back in off the pump fake, out, and they're off.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Highsmith the pass to Jaquez. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Looking to end the run. Score the basket. His 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now, here's Ball. Out to the right wing. Moore finds Ball. Williams has a screen for Ball. Just 5 to shoot.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Hornets.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for LaMelo Ball.
Well, just a fantastic job of distributing the ball. When you're able to see the floor like that and take advantage of what the defense gives you, it's huge. Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
And it's Ball penetrating. Bridges kicks to Moore. Kick by Bridges. Moore passes to Bridges. And nothing is falling for him right now. Here's Highsmith. From outside off the mark. Tries to keep it alive. Wiggins outside. Moore with the steal. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Ball no good. One-on-one here. And Bridges with the block.
He has the length to send shots back. I like seeing Bridges make his presence felt on this end.
Idris Bam Adebayo.
There's Ball with the 3. Can't get it to fall. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference.
For Chicago.
Graham, this is not your average regular season game. These teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
And now the opening lineup for Chicago. We've got Patrick Williams. Jalen Smith is out there with Zach Collins. Then it's Ball, and it's Giddey in at the shooting guard position. Miller can't get it to go. Chicago with the ball. Ball right side. From the wing. And yep, it's good. Ball with it. Williams on the wing. There's the three. And Ball with the basket on the assist from Williams.
Sneaking out to the corner. Can't lose LaMelo. He'll make you pay if you do.
Here's Giddey. Smith outside. To the wing on the left. Collins finds Ball. 5 on the clock. Nails it from beyond the arc. Ball's got his second bucket on the night.
Yeah, you know, it's a quirky release. There's no denying that. But he's a reliable shooter and scorer from the perimeter. Lonzo Ball making it happen.
Ball right side. Picked by Smith. Right side, Williams. Back to Smith. 5 to shoot. Here's Giddey.
Yeah, excellent contest from Miller. Wanting to alter as many shots as he can.
Pass to Bridges. Back to Miller. Now Bridges. Here's Miller, covered by Smith. Miller against Giddey. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Stick-to-itiveness, Brandon Miller. That's impressive.
And right away, Brandon Miller showed that he was a star in the making, Grant.
Yeah, he's a 3-level scorer, B.A. He's very fluid as a player, and he makes the game look so easy. And he hasn't even grown into his body yet.
Wendell Moore. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Ball against Williams. Williams grabs the board. The Hornets have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Leaps for it. And stolen by Williams. The 3 from Ball. Collins. Can't get the putback. The Hornets with the lead. Now the Hornets moving it up. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Perfect communication and timing on that alley-oop. Bridges saw the opening and then bounced right to the rim.
Ball outside. Pass to Smith. And stolen by Williams. Ball left side. Bridges passes to Miller. They shoot again. 6 to shoot. For 3, Bridges. Smith with the rebound. The Bulls trail by 3.
You know, the question is, do you leave him in? A third foul this early could spell trouble.
Third team foul.
Here's Williams. He really had an off game against the Mavericks.
Big ups to this coaching staff. Great play design there.
And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Hornets. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
And most of the arena was totally against them. But they looked inward, trusted each other, and made good plays.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena. And they proved it that game.
Now here's Ball. He's got 5. Pass to Giddey. 1:05 left in the opening quarter. Had the space there, but it's offline. The Hornets have gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Miller finds Bridges. The 3 is up. Miller against Williams. And the dunk to finish it off. Oh, beauty.
Yeah, just a great feel by Miller. Getting in there for the board and putting it right back up.
And it's good for 2.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Here's Ball, following the bucket by the Bulls. Takes a 3. That shot off the mark. Ooh, excellent D there from Ball.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Collins. This one for 3. The rebound. By Bridges. Now Ball. 4 seconds left. Out to Bridges. Got it off in time. No good. Misses at the buzzer. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. Charlotte on. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've seen from the Hornets, what's your take so far?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Williams. And it's Moore in at the 3, small forward. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hornets. And the creative LaMelo Ball. Anytime he touches the rock, Clark, you expect a highlight reel play. How fun is he?
Yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch. He's so uber creative, and he's got a flash and a flair to his game, but he's highly skilled and fundamentally sound, too. That's the one part that sometimes can be lost amidst all the flash. He's a fun guy to watch hoop, that's for sure.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. BA?
Business as usual, Allie. Thanks. Good D by Ball.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
They get it again. Hornets trail by 3. Miller outside. Jumps up, and he caps off the break with a monster slam.
And that's what you get from Brandon Miller. I mean, he can really whip passes there around the court.
Pass to Ball. There's the triple. Ball sticks the 3.
Trading the lead back and forth. Neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Ball with a steal, and timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And it's opening night. Great to be here with you, Clark.
Always great to be with you as well, BA. And this is perhaps my favorite night of the year when you talk about the NBA opening night. So much excitement, so much anticipation, and we know the rest of the season will deliver.
Pass to Williams. Oh, Williams with the block. Stolen by Ball. Williams with it. For 3. And again, Chicago, no good. Here we go, one-on-one. Miller against Giddey. Back to Bridges. And Jalen Smith gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul. Bruce Ellis is checked in for Collins.
First team foul. Now into the lineup for the Bulls.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. The 3 from Ball. Williams grabs the board.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be? But so far, that's not been the case.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
So it's the Hornets now. Chicago making their last shot. Miller on the wing. Give him 8. Pass the ball. Williams a screen on ball. The 3. They get the rebound. Here's more. Ooh, tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Down low. Here's Buzelis. Outside Giddey. Ball stolen. Here's Moore with the drive. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
6 on the shot clock. Throws it up high.
Oh, man, take a look at that one. Just a textbook alley-oop.
Beautifully done. He served it up on a platter.
And a nice touch on the finish.
Out to Bridges. Pass to Moore. Bridges passes to Ball. Looking to get it going. Chicago grabs the miss.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Williams passes to Ball. Puts one up from 19. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Ball's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Hard not to respect the excellent decision-making. I mean, Ball enjoys exploiting the defense, especially in the pick and roll.
And he can't get that one. Ball left side. Ball getting downhill.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
No good on the buzzer beater. And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
Chicago team, 22.
Since we got a little time on our hands here, you guys got any big plans for tonight?
Not me. I'm just going to take it easy.
And guys, the Charlotte Hornets are in an even game.
I like their approach on the board. Get in there, establish position, aggressively go after them.
That does it for halftime.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Boy, it's been quite a game for Lonzo Ball.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Second half underway. Here's who Billy Donovan's got on the floor. We've got Buzelis, Ayo Dosunmu out there with Kobe White. Then there's Nikola Vucevic, and it's Herder in at the 3. Here's Okogie. And here's Nurkic. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Nurkic has gotten his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, in the paint, Nurkic can be a monster. He's got all the physical gifts he needs to dominate.
White with it. Nurkic picks him up. And the power finish by Vucevic.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Here's White. Half to the basket by Charlotte. Pass to Buzelis. The shot, no good. The Hornets with a lead. And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Graham.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who'll keep things moving.
Here's Okogie. Back to man. Corner shot. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. And now a 4-point Hornet lead.
3 straight buckets to start the half. This is how they wanted to come out and execute.
Sumu can't hit.
Since halftime, they've missed 3 of their first 4 shots. Still trying to get their legs under them.
Now here's man. Not a lot of room. Releases. Back to Williams. Fires the 3. Williams knocks down the 3.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
White, and he dunks it down.
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
Now here's man. Uses the glass on the layup. Man's got 6 here in the quarter.
It's nice to see they're not settling for 3-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
White looking it over. Pass to Buzelis. From downtown. Rebounded by Nurkic. Hornets leading by 7. Here's Green. Banked it in off the glass.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
They are just owning the boards right now.
And that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Man, the pass to Nurkic. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Charlotte Hornets.
First personal foul.
Monday, they'll defend home court against the Utah Jazz. And then on Wednesday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Indiana, going up against the Pacers.
And for that game against Chicago, it's a good checkpoint to see how they fare. It's the 5th contest on the year for them and a chance to evaluate where they stand.
Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
There's Herter with the 3. The shot no good, and it's the Hornets' ball. They're on a 15-4 run.
Very alert play there by Williams to recognize the turnover and convert.
White drives in. And a missed layup. Hornets leading by 13. Outside man. Pass to Nurkic. Now here's Williams. From deep. And it's Sumu with the rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
The pull-up. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. White's got 4 points now in the quarter. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to man. And he banks in the layup.
You know, of all the things Okogie does well, his passing tends to get overshadowed at times. I mean, easy to see how creative he is on this feed.
White for 3. And it's White again missing. Here's Okogie. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your 2 guards share the wealth.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
First personal foul. First team.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Moore in at the 3. That's the Hornets 5. Now here's Ball. Off target from outside.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And Ball throws it down.
Lonzo Ball, once he catches fire, he can heat up in a hurry. It's tough to throw him off his game.
Outside, Williams. Back to Ball. From behind the arc. Chicago grabs the miss. And a fast break now for the Bulls. And Ball with the basket on the assist by Collins. Clark, one topic that gets its share of attention, illegal screens.
And with good reason, because guys are bigger, stronger, a lot of pick and roll action. So you've got to be more diligent in cracking down on those screens that are illegal. The game is extremely fluid. Guys are in constant motion. But I think it's a hard call to make consistently, but the officials have to keep working at it.
Boy, you can't let Ball get this deep. I mean, once he's this close to the rim, that far inside, he's ready for the throwdown.
Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist. Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Up again. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, heads up play by Giddey, finding that rebound.
Wendell Moore. Third personal foul. First team foul.
Ball outside. Collins a screen. And it's Ball on the drive.
Hey, he's always looking to go downhill, and when he's on the attack, he's going for the dunk.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. 22 was their biggest lead. Missed inside. The Bulls trail by 11. Pass to Smith. Crafty move. And that's 2 points on the layup.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, he was one step late that time.
Ball taking his time here. The shake.
2 minutes remaining.
Ball ventures inside and converts.
Tell you what, the competitive spirit of Ball, I absolutely love it. This guy is relentless.
Here's Ball, and Ball throws it down.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. To the inside. Stolen by Miller. And he drops in the layup off the glass. All right, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hornets.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. A team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Hornets.
They had to fight for this one. With the game hanging in the balance a couple of times, they've made winning plays, Grant.
It's all about having a strong mentality. What's interesting is that any time momentum turned against them, instead of folding, they responded with their own attack.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Brandon Miller.
Terrific initiative. Not content to let the game come to him, he went out and made it his own.
Collins, no good. And so it's Charlotte with it. 15-point game. Miller with it, and it's Giddey picking him up. And Miller good for 3.
stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there, go get it.
Count it.
Boy, Ball has a nice feel for when his guys are open. He's solid, really solid when it comes to getting his teammates clean looks.
Ball against ball. Ball no good.
Lonzo Ball.
And so Charlotte takes this one by a big margin. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better.
day it is. Greg, what are these players feeling as they tip off this new season?
It is always exciting to start a new season. Players are just filled with hope and optimism, especially after putting in all that off-season work.
So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Williams is out there with Zach Collins. Then it's Ball. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Smith in at the center. And here are the Heat now. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home team just couldn't pull out the win.
Yeah, you could see they were pressing in that one, and the shooting percentages dipped because of it.
I'll say anytime you're having trouble getting over that 40% field goal mark, it's probably not going to be your night.
The shot by Williams, no good. And here we go. Wiggins into the hoop. They get the rebound. Over to the left wing. Here's Highsmith. Back to Wiggins. Second chance shot. Basket good. Wiggins has got 5.
And Wiggins is shooting it with confidence. Man, he's a threat to put up some big numbers.
One thing you can pretty much count on with the Heat, Brent Barry, they're gonna grind it out.
Well, this team has always been built around tenacity and toughness. Even with the big three, with LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, there was a bit of a metamorphosis with the way LeBron approached games. Kind of being hated on was something they embraced, and that culture demands that hustle, accountability, and will consistently be about their culture.
Here's the screen. Wiggins kicks to Ware. Drills the three-pointer.
Almost perfect in the game to start, 3 of 4.
For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Giddey, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Oh, defense did not see that coming as Giddey goes for the jam.
Wiggins in the post. He's covered by Ball. Wiggins surveying the floor. Poke loose. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Ball violation. Jump ball. Salto.
And it's the Heat with the ball. Clock at 4. Adebayo kicks to Wiggins. Shoots over Ball. And it's Wiggins missing.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Now here's Wiggins. 5 points in the game.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
And finished off by Collins.
Pretty nice show of athleticism as Zach Collins rises up.
The high post shot. Miami no good on that time either.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Here's Smith. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Here's Hackett. Misses the 3. The Bulls have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. And they're pushing it up. No one near Adebayo as he lets it go. Lets it go with the 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
The versatility of Adebayo. He can initiate and he can shoot off the catch.
1:21 left to play in the first quarter. Kicks it out to Collins. Collins setting the pick for Williams. Back to Collins. Fires from deep. Giddey, no good. Well, it was Miami winning their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. And Adebayo throws it down.
And for Bam, it doesn't get any easier than that.
And stolen by Wiggins. By himself. And Wiggins throws it down hard.
And how about the acrobatics from Andrew Wiggins? Way up that time.
They need this. Here's Giddey. Takes it off the glass.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Wiggins. He's got 7. From Steve Adebayo, and he's good on the 3-ball. Adebayo's got 8 points. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. There's Ball with the 3. Good on the triple.
Some gamesmanship now as Ball saw 1 3 go and said, I'll get one back on you.
3-pointer. Off the mark. His first miss of the game. 1 for 2.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Here's Highsmith. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
And so it's the Miami Heat in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely tremendous. We'll get you back to the action after this break. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Volanos. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of 3-pointers thus far.
Let's make sure that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Smith is out there with Zach Collins. Then there's Patrick Williams. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Giddey in at the 2-guard spot. Collins, good.
Modern NBA, Zach Collins signed up for it.
Adebayo with a screen on Williams. And the rejection by Smith. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Giddey, no one around him. That 3 off the mark. Miami leading by 7. You know, Brent, when you wonder why GMs take a risk on project big men, Bam Adebayo is an example of why they do just that.
Yeah, Kevin, it's not always about the project working out. It's about teams that have a plan for the project, and certainly Miami was able to do that. And you have to credit Bam. He put the work in. The guy has been solid. He's an all-star. He's continuing to improve, and he gives you everything on both ends of the floor every night.
And that'll be 2 free throws. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can
officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Smith the pass to Williams. Shot clock at 5. No good on the triple. The Heat leading by 4. And here's Adebayo outside. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Adebayo's got 6 points in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Ball kicks to Collins. Knocked loose. Smith scanning the floor. Smith sets the pick for Collins. Back to Smith from downtown. Adebayo knocks it loose. Here's the 2K leaderboard with last season's best free throw shooting teams. The Heat in 5th.
This was a good group of free throw shooters last year, something they really worked on in practice. And sometimes that's the coaches calling for it, and oftentimes the players doing it by themselves.
Hawkins with a wide open look. That ball's nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists now in this one. Bulls trail by 10. Left side, Ball. Outside Williams. Kicks it out to Collins. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Heat have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. A three-pointer, Wiggins, rebound by Smith. And Chicago shooting at a decent 44% clip.
Have it out of half.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg, believe me. But confidence to attempt the alley-oop to himself to the paint. Tries again. Out to Smith. Collins wide open. He fires. Bangs home the trifecta. Collins has got 8.
The more Collins looks to shoot it from deep, the better he'll become. He's putting in the work.
Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Giddey, the pass to Smith. Takes the 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Has to wear. Shoots. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet. He's got 5.
The offense just opens up if your playmaker comes from that 4 or 5 spot, and Bam does such a great job of it.
Offensive rebound. Out to Smith. Shoots the 3. Hands it from downtown. 23 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Adebayo with a screen on Smith. Stolen by Ball. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Giddey. Banked in off the glass. Now just a 1-point Heat lead.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
Well, they've shown both effort and will to get back into this one, but can they finish this one off? Can't let up now.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
This has been a display of what we often talk about on this show. Unselfish ball movement usually leads to better shot.
And now an opportunity to check out the old social media feed. Hey, we got a question from Welcome Warbler asking, what sport do you think you could pick up at this point in your life?
I'm going to have to go with competitive swimming because my friends call me Shaq Moo or Shaq.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Bam Adebayo in this game, guys. He has been everywhere.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
We've got Duncan Robinson. He's out there with Tyler Hero. Kevin Love out there with Alec Burks. And it's Jovic in at the 4-man position. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Kobe White became one of the top candidates last season for most improved player. He says, I always try to just let the work show. I wanted to prove that I could be a starting guard in this league. I just got to continue to get better every day, be aggressive, and be who I am. Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., love that attitude. Jovic kicks it out to Love. Trains the three-pointer. Love's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
He just has such a nice touch for a big man. Love's three-point shooting, a huge part of why he damages defensive schemes.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
And Robinson wide open, he shoots. And again, Miami with the triple.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Hero against White. No good on that one. Great D that time from Hero. Here's Burks. It's rebounded by Herter.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Vucevic dishes to White. Pass to Herter. White, a screen on Love. Herter, no good. The Heat leading by 4. Outside Robinson. Hero with it. Fires from 18. And another basket for Miami.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
Beyond the arc. And again, no good by Chicago.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Burks looking around. Takes the 3. Vucevic with the rebound. Here's Vucevic. He'll bring it up for Chicago. 6-point game.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Buzelis.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
That one misses. Bulls trail by 7. Dosumu with it. Robinson picks him up. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works for the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
Blocking foul called on Alec Burks. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Outside, White. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to go on Alec Burks.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? That ball, big assist by Love. Burks has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
And it's Vucevic in the corner. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Jovic. Miami leading by 6. Hero kicks to Robinson. Back to Hero. 3-pointer. Chicago grabs the miss. 1:05 left in the third quarter. Herter, that's a 2-pointer. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Herter's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Herter never shy to let that one go. Just enough room on the catch and shoot.
Shots good by Hero.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
White the pass to Herter. Nailed from 3-point land. Herter's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, you can count on Herter putting up some good numbers from 3-point range on a regular basis.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And with that, the Heat lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from White.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
It's his first trip to the line. And the first one at the line is good. And Miami going with a whole new group out there. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Smith checked in for Vucevic. Zach Collins comes in for Buzelis. Williams, he's checked in for Kevin Huerter. And Josh Giddey's subbed in for Dosunmu. And he makes that one.
And how about Wiggins' ability to slither in there and slip past the contact for a finish?
Here's Smith. And Smith with the stuff.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Here's Adebayo. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 5 assists tonight. And so it's Miami bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great... Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had.
Put together.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Bulls trail by 7. So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. All out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Jalen Smith. Then it's Williams. And it's Collins in at the 4 spot. Here's Giddey. Great D that time from Adebayo.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
From the arc. Ware, no good. Ware's gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field. Nobody near Williams. Connects from 3-point range. Williams has got his first 3 points of the game.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Adebayo with a screen for Hackett. Chicago grabs the miss.
And priority number 1 has got to be the finish, guys, not the fancy stuff.
And the 3 ball is good.
And we don't see this all that often, but is Lonzo Ball going to start calling his own number tonight? He should.
And it's Wiggins with the ball for the Heat. Hawkes with the screen on Ball. Good on the bucket. And the Heat lead by 3.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Back to Ball. It's tipped and stolen by Wiggins. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Heat.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
Well, looking at the stat sheet, I can just see here tonight sharing the basketball. The stat that comes up most is assists. So sometimes you have to look for your teammate. That makes things happen. They've done it.
Taking it to the D. When Wiggins is forcing the issue, he shows why he went first overall.
Williams kicks to Smith. Offline with his 3. Miami leading by 4. Here's Heisman. Takes a shot at the elbow, and the shot is long. Well, it's definitely within striking distance now.
Yeah, but they've got to make each possession count on both sides of the floor.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Here's Heisman. He's guarded by Williams. Hawkes with the screen on Collins. The shot by Adebayo, no good. The Bulls have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Heat have gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And it's put back by Hawkes.
No hesitation. Hawkes Jr. ready for his number to be called.
There's a screen by Collins. There's Ball with the 3. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter. Six to shoot. Fires the three. Out to Smith. Pass the ball. Smith sets the pick for Ball. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got his fourth assist in this one.
Lonzo Ball, give me pressure. I'll show you what I can do.
Deep Adebayo. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got 4 rebounds in this game. Now Smith. He's guarded by Adebayo. On the wing, Hakeem. Has to Ware. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Heat lead by 3.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that ring.
Here's Giddey. Lays it up off the glass.
And how about Giddey just saying, I got you guys. Get on my back. We'll ride.
Higgins with it. Now Smith defending. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part. The nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
First team foul.
And again, Chicago turns it over.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
41 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Here's Ball. Up again.
How about Collins getting a big-time opportunity there?
We've got 28 seconds left in the game.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Giddey kicks to Collins. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
He knocks down the clutch free throw. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Ice in the veins right there. They're one stop away from winning this one.
Here's Ball to force OT, and so the big win by Miami in a tight game. All right, David, thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you.
Diversity and culture tonight. And here's the look now at the last few months of assist numbers for Tyler Hero.
And the way he's developed as a passer over the last few months has been exciting to watch. His assist numbers are climbing, and it's because he's making a concerted effort to move the ball around.
Here are the starters for Charlotte. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Mark Williams. And it's Moore in at the 3. And for the Heat, we've got Jaime Jaquez. He's out there with Andrew Wiggins. And it's Highsmith in at the 3. And it's Ware missing. And Ball will bring it up here for the Hornets. We're excited to be here for opening day tip-off, Doris. It feels like the league is in a great place.
There is no doubt, B.A., absolutely. To me, more talent in the league right now than potentially we've ever had before. And I don't just mean star talent. There's a depth of quality skill across the board. We know the shooting has revolutionized the game. It's going to be a fun year.
Now here's Ball. The 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
This guy is always ready to shoot the 3. LaMelo's so confident from distance.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Just moments ago, Eric Spoelstra and I were able to chat. I talked with Coach about LaMelo Ball and what he said to his guys before the game, and he said to me, I just told our guys to be active out there. LaMelo is an energetic, springy player, and we can't let him out-hustle and outwork us. LaMelo is a challenging assignment for any defense. We'll see how this unfolds. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Now here's Miller. Back to Williams. Just 5 on the clock. Out to Bridges from the arc. It's hauled in by the Heat. And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter, the Hornets are in the midst of a playoff drought. Their last appearance was 2015, Doris.
Yeah, B.A., that's the longest active streak in the league, not something you love to be associated with. And listen, like other organizations, they've hit on some draft picks, they've missed on some draft picks. A lot of the problem has been injuries that have plagued this organization.
Ball no good.
Boy, just 1 for 4, a little brisky right now.
And it's Adebayo off the drive.
Oh, Adebayo's an aggressive player who plays with passion. Have to as an undersized center in this league.
They set a pick. The 3 from Ball. They get it back. The Heat have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. And he drives in. Pass to Adebayo. The 3 is up. The rebound by Bridges. For Charlotte, they've gone only 1 of 6 so far. Ball outside. Fires the 3. Ball with another miss. The Heat with the lead. To the paint. Here's Adebayo. Lays it up and banks it in.
That's the spot where Adebayo can do the most damage.
The 3 from Ball. Adebayo grabs the board.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
He drops it from range. Adebayo's got 7 points.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
They get it back. Out to Bridges to end the run. Knocks down the long J.
I tell you, the ability to act quickly, to get your shot up as soon as you make the catch, that's beautifully done by Bridges.
Jaquez with it. Guarded now by Ball. Pass to Highsmith. And here's Adebayo. He's guarded by Bridges. Bridges against Adebayo. Shoots over Ball, and there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up.
Just an enforcer for this team. Adebayo is no stranger to physical play, whether he's receiving it or dishing it out.
And both free throws good for Adebayo. Hornets trail by 5. Ball looks over the floor. Pass to Miller. Ball, a screen on Jaquez. The kick out to Ball. Ball with another miss.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
This one for 3. And it's Ware missing. Fast break. Here come the Hornets. And Williams punches it home.
You love to see the unselfishness of Miles Bridges. Just another guy has a better shot. He's ready to move that basketball.
Pass to Wiggins. It's Adebayo, high post. Inside, here's Ware, and the layup is good off the glass.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
Here's Ball, and Ball throws it down.
Well, this is what you love about having length in the backcourt. That 6'7" frame. Go ahead and finish, LaMelo.
Basket's good. Adebayo's got 11 points.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Here's Ball. Soft touch off the glass.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
And Andrew Wiggins gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
9 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Bridges, a screen on Wiggins. Here's Ball. The bank shot, no good.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Bam Adebayo has been leading the charge. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, guys, what do you think about the Heat here?
It's all about the strong inside-out game in the first period. It really helped them get some clean looks down low.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
On the court for Charlotte, Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Mark Williams out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Moore in at the three. Now here's Wiggins. Wiggins on the top. Okay, Wiggins putting on a show here.
Oh, the ease with which he elevates Wiggins with a highlight move that time.
And Ball throws it down.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, Brandon Miller caught some flack when he named Paul George as his GOAT, but PG-13 said, I know what he meant by it. Obviously, I'm not the greatest of all time, but it's about who inspires you. Miller, for his part, knocked backing down and saying, how the league is built now, Paul George is the right person to study for this generation. Brian?
Allie, thanks. Yes, it's good. Highsmith's got his first points of the game.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Williams, a screen on Wiggins. The three from Ball. Rebound Miami.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
And it's Adebayo off the drive. Wiggins with it. Guarded now by Ball. Driving in. Pass to Ware. Fires the three. He buries it from three. And now a three-point Heat lead.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man.
Williams passes to Ball. Miller outside. Ball, a screen on Jaquez. Shot clock at 5. Here's Miller. The kick out to Williams. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. Wiggins knocks it loose.
But using every bit of that 7-foot wingspan, Wiggins airmailing it back.
So it's Miami now. 3-point lead. After this game, they can look forward to Washington, where they'll match up against the Wizards. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip. And Andrew Wiggins gets the whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And that's 2 fouls for him so far. But I still think he needs to stay aggressive.
And Charlotte making a change here. Nurkic just checked in. Down low. Here's Miller. Nice pass. Nice catch. And a resounding dunk.
Oh, yes. 2 loud points from Miller, making his presence felt.
Well, Doris, one thing about LaMelo Ball, not many true point guards walking around at 6'7".
BA, the length of a forward and yet one of the most prolific playmakers in the game today. That gives a coach a lot of versatility and options with one individual player. That unselfishness of LaMelo has been on display since day one.
Jaquez, no good. Charlotte trailing. In transition, here they come. Here's Moore. Here's Miller. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. Miller's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Hits a three-pointer.
He's turned it on here in the second quarter, getting his offensive game on track.
Now here's Miller. He's got 9. All right, Doris, you look at the criteria for traveling in the NBA. You think it's called often enough?
You know, BA, I'm not sure the answer to that. It's amazing to me the speed with which these officials have to make the calls. Sometimes you go back and watch it, what looks like a travel is not, or what's not called a travel is. This is actually a harder issue than people think. You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Where? That's good.
He's been playing great, unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
Charlotte, no good that time either. For Miami, they've gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go in the second quarter. Wiggins drives in. Adebayo, the open look. And there are the Heat with another bucket.
Nice form on that J from Bam. He's really worked on his shot.
The 3 from Ball. Oh, Ball dropping it in for 3.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Jaquez, after missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Pulling no punches, attacking the heart of that defense.
Ball passes to Moore. Rebound Miami. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds now. 30 seconds left in the second period. Now Ball. He's got 12. To the middle. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first half. 6 to shoot. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist by Ball. Ball's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Wiggins. Not going to go that time. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Heat out in front, leading by 1. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Out in Indiana, it'll be the Pacers against the Kings. That one gets going at 7 p.m. Eastern.
This is a game everyone had circled on their calendar, especially me.
Circling back to our game tonight, Bam Adebayo was on one in that first half.
Man,
Thanks for tuning in.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been a clinic out there by Bam Adebayo.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
They've got Alec Burks. Tyler Hero is out there with Duncan Robinson. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Jovic in at the power forward position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. All right, for this break, let's take a look at the teams that were the toughest to score against last year. The Heat third.
They made life hard on opponents. One of the best defenses in the NBA last year.
And so Hero nails both of them.
And you talk about player development. In a few short seasons, Hero became a true offensive weapon, someone who can hurt you in so many ways.
Williams passes to man. Nurkic a screen on Hero. Here's the teardrop, and it's in there. And the Hornets lead by 1.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
It's both from the stripe.
He's one of the league's best free throw shooting bigs. A performance like this certainly proves it.
Here's man. Pass to Williams. Nurkic inside. Love's there. Nurkic shot is good.
Well, everyone knows foul line and down is where Yusuf Nurkic does his best work.
Miami's gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. And Doris at 7 feet tall and almost 300 pounds. Yusuf Nurkic often is the biggest human on the court.
BA, we might as well refer to him as the immovable object. This guy has slimmed down. He's in incredible shape. But Nurkic is an old-school big, and he is a force to be reckoned with around the rim. Not just because of that size and strength, but because of his skill as a passer and a finisher. You see the defender just a bit too aggressive. Nurkic takes advantage, and he'll get to the free throw line.
That's good from Nurkic. Good on both. And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. It's stolen. On the wing, Green. Still no points. Pass to Okogie. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Great play calling, great execution, leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
Right side Love. Over Nurkic. Okogie pulls down the board. Charlotte leading by 4. Nurkic shot is good. Nurkic has got 6 points in the quarter.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet. And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Outside man. Williams a screen on Hero. The drive by man. Just 5 to shoot. Williams passes to Nurkic. The kick out to Williams. There's the 3. Second chance shot. Nurkic shot is good. Nurkic has got 10.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Heat trail by 6. Here's Burks. Using his post moves to get the 2 points.
Well, you love the cleverness of Alec Burks. My goodness, how remarkable is that into the lane and finish?
Now here's man. The D's right on him. Can't get it to fall. The Heat have gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. And Burks gets it to go.
Well, terrific quickness. The burst of Alec Burks looking strong inside.
Here's man. And the 3 off target. The Heat have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. Hero, no good. The Hornets have gone 6 for 9 in the half. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And that one's good, man.
Their long-range shooting since halftime has been as strong as you could hope for.
With the teardrop. And Love with the basket on the assist by Hero. Love's got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, you typically see the floater in the guards game, but for Kevin Love, nice job turning it into a score.
Burks passes to Jovic. Knocked loose. Williams with it. Now Burks defending. Green for 3. Sinks it from distance. Green's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. So Miami ends up going with a new group. And so it's Wiggins with it. He brings it up for the Miami Heat. 6-point game. Here's the 3. Oh, Wiggins! Bullseye with the 3.
Well, increasing consistency from range. This is one of the things Andrew Wiggins is working on.
Here's Ball. Highsmith grabs the board. Miami's gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. And that one is stuffed right through.
Making sure of it with the 2-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here.
Andrew Wiggins simply skies to finish that shot.
Here's Miller. Miami making their last shot. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Wiggins from long range, and he drains him. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
15 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's ball. Miller outside. Pass to Bridges. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Well, that takes us to the end of the third quarter. What a game. Neither team giving ground. Heat out in front. They lead by 2. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Fourth quarter, on the court for the Hornets. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Mark Williams. And it's Moore in at the 3, the small forward. Wiggins from long range. It goes again, his 6th basket in 7 tries.
You look at the numbers tonight. When Wiggins asserts himself, he's painful to defend.
Ball, rejected by Wiggins. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Charlotte. There's Ball with a 3. Connects from downtown.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
And there's the call on LaMelo Ball. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. Wiggins passes to Adebayo. To Ware from behind the arc. Yes, and it's Adebayo picking up the assist. And the Heat lead by 5.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And they have a never-give-up attitude.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo slams it in.
And just an effective offensive talent. Adebayo plays so hard, and that's really what drives his game.
Outside Jaquez. Ball with it. Guarded now by Jaquez. Pass to Miller. The finish! And the finish on the break with the slam.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Yep, count it. Adebayo's got 19 points.
In crunch time, trying to get the foul, the bucket, or both.
The kick out to Williams. And he gets it to go.
I tell you, the vision is simply special. LaMelo Ball toys with the defense, creates easy opportunities for his teammates.
Adebayo up top. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Williams has got 4 rebounds in the game. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
The superb athleticism of Miles Bridges just creates so many challenges for the defense, particularly when he gets inside.
Nurkic just checked in for Charlotte. And he's unable to get the second one.
And they need to play good defense here. That trip to the line helped and hurt.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Here's Adebayo. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 21 points in the game.
Rising to the challenge, Adebayo stays under control and hits a big-time shot.
It's Bridges on the wing. From downtown. zone. Sends it home from three-point land.
High-stakes moment, and Miles Bridges does not shy away. Go ahead, young sir.
Adebayo sets a screen. Wiggins, no good. The Hornets have gotten 5 of their 7 shots to fall in this final quarter. Oh, this one has turned into an absolute nail-biter.
Yeah, at this point, you almost expect it to come down to the last possession.
Wiggins with it, and Bridges picks him up defensively. Here's Adebayo. Back to Wiggins. It's rebounded by Moore. Charlotte's gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. There's a screen by Nurkic. Bridges, right side. Driving to the basket. Adebayo grabs the board. There's 42 seconds left in the final quarter. Where? Cash.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Here's Ball. And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
Here's Charlotte on the break. Out to Bridges. Miller outside. Pass to Ball. And there's the call on LaMelo Ball. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, can't allow them to dribble out the time.
First free throw is good, and that'll put them up 2. And so both free throws good, and it's a 3-point game.
That last free throw was a huge, huge shot. The difference between a 2 and a 3-point lead at this stage is major.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
So hard to get a clean look from distance in this situation because everybody knows that's the shot they need. So the defense is smothering the perimeter with everyone they have.
So it's the Heat taking the W in a close one. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited in.
Greg, in game one of the NBA season, how does opening night feel different from the rest of the season, the rest of the schedule?
Well, Kevin, it's the excitement of the unknown. Everybody comes in with the highest of expectations, right? You got new teammates, some new wrinkles, still a lot to figure out and shake out over the course of a long season.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Moore in at the 3. And so the Charlotte Hornets get the first points of the ball game.
There is no doubt that Ball brings his flight gear to the arena. The man has a little bit of bounce on him.
Ball with it, defended by Giddey. And it's Moore penetrating.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Ball surveying the defense. He had a nice open look right there. Ball's got 5.
This is why Ball takes a good amount of threes, because he's very accurate and confident from there.
And they pick up 2.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
Nice shot by Smith.
Such a good facilitator. Ball has nice touch on that pass.
Ball against Ball. Outside, Ball. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And early on, they looked great. They made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Ball against Moore. Ball no good. For the Hornets, they come into this one following a loss to the Pelicans in New Orleans. Bridges outside. Second shot opportunity. Outside, Ball. 5 on the clock. Got a piece of it. Bridges with it. Now guarded by Ball. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Smith. It's good. The assist that time from Ball.
On offense, Ball is a catalyst. He knows how to move things around and give people quality shots.
Ball, the pass to Miller. Launches it. It's rebounded by Giddey. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. Bulls shooting their first free throw of the night. That's good from Ball.
I'd like to call a little attention to Ball's determination, both on and off the court. You throw a challenge at him, and he will do everything in his power to overcome it.
Now, here's Ball. He's got 6. The kick out to Williams. Stolen by Ball. And now Ball pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Worth the price of admission. LaMelo with a tremendous play on the ball and finishes on the other end.
You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
And here is Williams following LaMelo Ball's 3. Ball kicks to Williams. And here's Collins from outside. Hornets with the rebound. Williams in the post, covered by Smith. Out to Bridges. Charlotte moving the ball around. Moore with the bucket.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
To halt the run. Ball, a screen on Miller. Giddey the pass to Ball. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Hornets leading by 6. Greg, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
and the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
Tipped away. Williams with the steal. And now here comes Williams leading the break. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. Charlotte has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Here's Ball. And Ball slams it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
And a little bit of showmanship from Ball on that slam, displaying some athletic ability.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's Ball penetrating, and Ball slams it in.
Oh, yeah, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. Miller kicks to Ball. A three-pointer, no good. Here's Williams. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And taking a look back at his performance at the line a year ago, rock solid 79%.
Bridges sets the screen for Miller. Jacks up a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
There will be some letdown at some point, but these teams, they are built.
LaMelo Ball getting it done for Charlotte. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
And Charlotte looking at who they've got. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Williams, and it's Moore in at the 3 spot. Shot clock at 6. Down low, Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning. He is going to hammer it home.
Here's Ball. Rebound by Williams. And so Miller will bring it up for the Hornets. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
And more than just a jump shooter, Miller's very good around the rim. A rare quality for a wing these days.
Collins passes to Giddey. Kicks it out to Collins. Fires the 3. Rebound by Williams. Charlotte leading by 9. Pass the ball. Shot from the top of the key. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
I'm trying to think of the last time I saw him miss a shot like that. It's been a while.
Collins, good. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
Got a good look there, but just not able to hit from the mid-range.
Moore against Giddey. Driving to the basket. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And I love watching Giddey take it strong to the basket. The D has got to be aware of it.
Williams finds Ball. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Lonzo Ball picks one up.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
And that's his MO. Be physical, get in position for the putback, and throw it down. The defense got to know that's what he's looking to do.
Richard, for the Bulls, just one playoff appearance in their last 7 seasons.
Look, the last 4 years under Coach Billy Donovan, they've been respectable. But with all of the injuries and all of the issues, the path to true contention is probably on the other side of a long rebuild.
2 minutes.
And it's Ball penetrating.
2 minutes.
Bridges kicks the ball. This one for 3. Ball with the rebound.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Giddey, no one around him. And the 3 off target. Charlotte leading by 8. Deep 2 from Ball. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way. And it's Williams throwing it down.
And there's one aspect of the game LaMelo's not going to ignore. Keeping his teammates involved and the offense working as a unit.
Put that bucket in no time at all. Ball's got 13.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Ball with a wide open look. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Ball kicks to Smith. Back to Ball. For the 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
That's number 2 for him from long range in the quarter, his 3rd overall.
Ball dishes to Bridges. A 3. No good on that one.
Whatever rhythm he had last quarter, it has left his body. He is having a hard time finding buckets.
Charlotte leading by 4. And stolen by Williams. Pass to Smith. And it's Giddey in the corner. He got it up. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Hornets lead by 4. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Look here now at Charlotte. You really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big.
Let's switch gears to the Chicago Bulls. They're in a tight one after the first half.
I'm surprised it's this close, not gonna lie. They played some.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. We're seeing a tremendous game from Lonzo Ball.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And it's a role we don't always see him in, but he's done a great job tonight getting the rest of his team involved.
We've got Buzelis. Kobe White is out there with Dosunmu. Then there's Talen Horton-Tucker. And it's Vucevic in at the 5 spot. That's the group on the floor for Chicago. Richard, the steady improvement of Kobe White certainly has been fun to watch.
It certainly has, Kevin. He's starting to put it all together now, and it can take multiple years. We all knew he could score, but now his passing and his rebounding have also improved.
Here's Mann. Sinks the three-pointer. Mann's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him. You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a three.
Connects again from distance.
And now, for this franchise, he's hit the most threes in a single season.
His incredible range stretches out the defense on a nightly basis. It's an invaluable element to this offense. Here's Mann, out of bounds. It'll be the Bulls' ball.
And let's check out a breakdown looking at some data for White. He had a strong showing last season. He was around 19 points per game last year. 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And you look at his huge role in their offense, a major contributor as far as putting up points.
He's just a natural scorer and someone this offense leans on to help shoulder the load and lead the charge.
Here's Buzelis. No scoring in this one.
How about that finish by Buzelis, the rookie, getting it done.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Green left side. And it's Green with the jam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Selfless player, Vucevic finding his man all alone.
On the wing, Williams. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Man finds Williams. His three-pointers off the mark. Bulls trail by 3. Pass to Buzelis. And the shot goes down. Buzelis has got 4 points in the quarter.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Williams can't hit. Bulls have gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by White. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Nikola Vucevic.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you're focused on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
To the right side. Back to Dosunmu. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And it's Williams with the ball for Charlotte. Pass to Man with the drive. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
He had 76% from the line a season ago. And most would consider that to be a success.
Both free throws good from Man.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
2 minutes.
White down low. He's against Green. Horton Tucker. The pass to White. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
Nurkic a screen on White. Here's Man. Here's Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
An imposing screener. Nurkic using all of his frame to create space.
White drives in. Here's Vucevic. The Hornets pull it in. 1:30 left in the third quarter of the game. RJ, no matter what the situation, Nurkic is a monster on the glass, isn't he?
He had 31 rebounds in 2024. You never see that anymore.
Right side, White. Shot to stop the run. Pass to Dosunmu. From outside the arc. Horton Tucker with it. Outside, White. Sinks the triple. White's got 10 points here in the second half.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
He was all alone on that one. Now just a 2-point Charlotte lead.
Something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
That one goes. Count it.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
For Chicago, they've gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. And that's a foul called on Josh Green. That is his first foul of the game. There's 37 seconds left to play in the third. Here's White. Pass to Buzelis. Lays it up and paints it in. And that's now 6 points for Buzelis.
With his soft touch around the rim, Buzelis should score a lot of points in the paint over his career. Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
White looking around. High post Vucevic. 6 to shoot. Outside White. Vucevic setting the pick for White. It could go. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he sliced the wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Setting the floor for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Mark Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Moore in at the 3, the small forward. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Hornets.
They have found a lot of success in transition, running at every opportunity and getting points before the defense can get set.
And they've also forced a lot of turnovers, capitalizing and turning those turnovers into points. Way to get after it.
And it's Miller penetrating. The kick out to Williams. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Hornets lead by 2.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for him.
Smith with a screen on Miller. White, wide open. He fires. Nice open look, but it's no good. Miller kicks to Williams. Back to Miller. Puts up a 3. Offensive rebound. From deep. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. And now a 5-point Charlotte lead. White against Miller. Outside, Ball.
Charlotte foul. Second team foul.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Out to Smith. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Shot by Collins, no good. Charlotte leading by 5. There's a screen by Williams. Ball, the pass to Williams. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Lonzo Ball picks one up.
First team foul.
That's good from Williams.
Mark Williams. 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Williams.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay from the line.
The drive-by Ball. Out to White. Out to the wing. White setting the pick for Collins. The Bulls with another miss. Charlotte has gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Bulls trail by 7. Outside, Ball. Hits it from 3-point range. Ball's got 19 points.
Love whenever Ball is assertive like this. This is how dangerous he can be on offense.
Ball against Ball. Launches a 3. Offensive rebound. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And it's Ball penetrating. Collins wide open. He fires. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 5 assists tonight, and the call will be against Lonzo Ball.
Personal foul.
That's his 4th foul of the contest. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Ball. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
And that is a big-time basket. LaMelo entered the league at 19 with such high expectations. This young man Ball is used to the spotlight.
White dishes the ball. Back to White. Collins setting the big for White. Just 5 on the clock. That's the 3-5. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Williams has got 11 rebounds in the game. Miller outside. The shot comes out. Bulls trail by 4. White the pass to Collins. Smith against Ball. Smith pitch to Collins. Rebound by Williams. That's tipped. Williams with the steal. 1:02 left here in the fourth quarter. Outside White. And again, Chicago. No good. And so Miller will bring it up for Charlotte. They've led by as much as 10. Outside Williams. Ball feeling it out a bit. Back to Williams. Pass the ball. Williams, a screen on Williams. There's Ball with the three. And it's White with the rebound.
Can't waste any time here.
It needs to be a quick shot, then a quick foul.
So it's the Hornets now. 4-point game. Here's Ball. Yep, that one goes.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Now Ball. Trying to get something going. It's off. And so it's Charlotte with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when
try to establish at this stage?
I think there's two things, Kevin. First, we're trying to build our habits the right way, everything. From the way we practice, to the way we prepare for games, to the way we warm up, all of it. And then second of all, we're trying to figure out our rotation. Who's going to start, who's going to come off the bench, which groups work well together. It's an ongoing process.
A lot of moving parts, you're right. So here's Miami's starting group. They've got Andrew Wiggins. He's out there with Jaime Jaquez. And it's Adebayo in at the power forward position. Jaquez against Giddey. Stolen by Ball. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Williams. No good that time. Here's Ware. He's covered by Ball. And Adebayo throws it down.
Well, that's on the defense there. You can't let Bam get prime-time positioning inside.
And staying a positive for the Bulls over the last couple seasons. They've really done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, that's been an emphasis for them. You don't want to beat yourself. So you look up and down the roster, it's a pretty disciplined group. But it's also the kind of thing that can change from year to year.
6 on the shot clock. Bangs home the trifecta. Adebayo's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, clearly Adebayo's feeling very confident firing out there from the perimeter.
Outside Williams. Williams sends a screen for Giddey. From 11 feet away. Rebound by the Heat. Last time they met was in Miami.
I mean, a tough one. Faced some serious intensity in terms of that comeback, and they just got overwhelmed in that fourth quarter. Unfortunately, just couldn't stay in the game long enough to force overtime.
Here's Smith. Pass to Collins. Back to Smith. From downtown, drills the three-pointer.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And now Ball pushing it up. No one back to stop him. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Going inside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, and Ball jumps all over the defense, especially when they give him a lane to the basket. Outstanding at forcing the issue.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Wiggins kicks to Adebayo. The three. It's rebounded by Giddey. Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Outside Williams for three. And the Bulls with another miss. The Heat have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Kept alive, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Pass to Collins. Smith outside. Shoots the three. Highsmith grabs the miss.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Ware, covered by Smith. And here's Adebayo outside. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Pass to Giddey. Williams, a screen on Jaquez. Giddey kicks to Williams. Ball against Wiggins. Takes a three. And Lonzo Ball with the three. Ball's got 5.
And no doubt the release point is a bit unorthodox in terms of Ball's shooting technique. But, man, can he slingshot it home from deep.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Here's Williams. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Knocks it loose. Stolen by Ball. Out to Smith. Three-pointer. They get it again. Pass to Collins. Giddey with it. Outside, Ball. Clock at 6. The 18-footer is right on the mark. 7 points in the game.
And if you're the D, you can't let Ball have that kind of room to shoot the basketball, especially from the mid-range area where he is proven to be so efficient.
Giddey got a hand on it. Here's Ware. Drops in the tray off the fast break.
Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the look he liked from 3 and capitalized.
It's all tied in Chicago, and the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. Guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
Yeah, this defensive game plan is working very well. Putting constant pressure on the offense and forcing a lot of mistakes.
On the court for Miami here in the second. They've got Adebayo. Jaime Jaquez is out there with Andrew Wiggins. And it's Highsmith in at the 3, the small forward. Williams for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Williams has got the lead up to 3 now for the Bulls.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Highsmith's shot is off. The Bulls shooting at 36% of the night. They've got to step it up offensively. And the foul called on Josh Giddey. That is his first foul of the game. Ball against Wiggins. And that's a foul called on Zach Collins. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Wiggins outside. There's the 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
And pretty consistent from range. Wiggins has the natural tools to do a little bit of everything.
Giddey kicks to Smith. On the wing, Williams. He's coming off a 16-point game against Oklahoma City.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
And you were just talking about this, Coach. Patrick Williams, a guy with loads of potential.
Yeah, Kevin, he's had to deal with a lot of injuries here early in his career. Sometimes he tends to disappear in games, but when he's got it going, this guy has a chance to be a really good 3-and-D player.
It'll be fun to see where he takes his game. And the shot goes in. Ball's got 9 points.
I'm a fan of how Ball uses that size inside. Excellent at getting his shot off close to the basket.
And after not making any threes in the first half, he now has 2 here in the second half. Let's see if he continue to add to that.
Takes it inside. It's rebounded by Giddey. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. They trail by 1. Back to Williams. Pass to Smith. Nice move. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Miami's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And again, Miami with the triple.
And things starting to click from three-point land. Nothing in the first quarter, but he's hit 3 triples here in the second.
Giddey the pass to Williams. The tray. Rebound by the Heat. Ware's got 4 rebounds in this game. Fires for 3. Adebayo on the follow. And the Heat lead by 6.
He's got it going here in the second, gaining momentum as this game continues to go.
Here's Giddey. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Giddy's got his first 2 points.
Well, Giddy loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
Adebayo. It's rebounded by Giddy.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Jaquez with the steal. Pass to Wiggins, and the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Bruzelis is checked in for Zach Collins.
Number 14, Bruzelis.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. The shot by Adebayo, no good. From past the arc. The shot by Bruzelis, no good. Miami leading by 4. Here's the 3. Offensive rebound. Jaquez right side.
Chicago foul.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And something else they've done well tonight is finding points in transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for them.
Vucevic checked in for Jalen Smith. On the wing, Giddy. Ball with it. Now defended by Adebayo. 5 on the clock. And the Bulls with another miss.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
The Heat have missed both of their free throws tonight. 0 for 2 so far.
And the winner's mentality Wiggins has is commendable. A hard worker who wants to keep improving.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Releases from 15. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Williams.
Not sure how he gets that pass off. I thought for sure he was going to pull the trigger.
Deep Adebayo. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Good if it goes. And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for the Miami Heat. He delivered 9 points from 3-point range. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so's our breakdown of the upcoming schedule.
Well, right now for the Heat, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone starts out undefeated. It is a hopeful time. Let's switch gears to the Chicago Bulls. They're in a tight one after the first half.
Chucking up all those threes is clearly not working for them.
And that's a halftime wrap.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Andrew Wiggins really making a difference here.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
Bruzelis out there with Talen Horton-Tucker. Then it's White. Then it's Dosunmu, and it's Vucevic, and at the center, locking down the middle. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. And here is Hero. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Heat lead by 4. Hey, Stan, as a coach, what was the most difficult part when transitioning from college to the pros?
That's a great question, Kevin, and I think...
And again for 3.
And now, for this franchise, he's hit the most threes in a single season.
His incredible range stretches out the defense on a nightly basis. It's an invaluable element to this offense.
Well, you see the flashy handles from Hero. He's not afraid to take chances on offense.
And then Buzelis with the dunk.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. You see some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Picked off in midair. Love up top. Vucevic defending. It's stolen by White. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. And it's Dosunmu with the jam. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
That's to Vucevic. Back to White. Inside. Here's Buzelis. Misses the layup.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. He throw good. Robinson.
Well, Robinson just knows who he is, which is a volume three-point shooter who can help space the floor.
Hero against White. Ball's knocked loose. And now White pushing it up and no one back to stop him. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Robinson drives in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Robinson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, credit Robinson for evolving his game. He's got much better attacking off the dribble. Hero
against White. And he converts the layup. White's got his second bucket of the night.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
2 minutes remaining. And there is the whistle. That goes on Kobe White. That's foul number 2 for him.
Kobe White. Second personal foul. 3rd team foul.
Robinson sets a screen for Hero. Outside Robinson. The offensive rebound. Love. And there's the bucket. Stayed with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Love's got his first bucket of the night. To the wing right side. A wide open look here for Vucevic. And a miss there on the triple.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Burks can't get it to go.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone has afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option. Whether he's off ball or on it, you just love what Buzelis brings to the floor.
Got a piece of it. Now, here's Burks. Defended by Dosunmu. The Heat have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts.
First personal foul.
Free throw good, Burks.
At the line for the Heat, Alec Burks.
And Burks hits 2 free throws. We've got 1:13 left here in the third quarter. White against Hero. White, a screen on Burks. Gordon Tucker, the pass to White. 6 to shoot. Off target with his 3.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Robinson.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Nikola Vucevic. He's coming off an excellent season. Averaged about 18 points a game last season. 10 rebounds and 3 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
Yeah, when a shot is missed, he has got great instincts for where the ball is going.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Wiggins with it. He's and it's a great finish.
Oh my.
And what a powerful player Wiggins can be. Dunks like this remind you of that elite level athleticism.
Dosunmu, good on the triple. Dosunmu's got 7.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
That one from long range. And the Heat lead by 5.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Here's Vucevic, and no good on the last second attempt this time. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Head coach Eric Spoelstra mic'd up along the side.
Every loose ball, 50-50.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the floor for Miami, Jaime Jaquez is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Highsmith in at the 3 spot.
And White understands his role on this team. They look to him to drain that jumper.
Pass to Vucevic. Now Buzelis. Jaquez defending. Here's Vucevic. It's good. This game is all even. Vucevic has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, when the moment is right, Vucevic can be an effective spot-up shooter.
White with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Horton Tucker, the pass to White. And White with the stuff.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. And that'll be 2 free throws. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
At the line for the Heat, Andrew Wiggins. 2 shots.
The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Smith with it, now defended by Wiggins. They get it back. Pass to Giddey. Count it.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now here's Wiggins. Drives to the hoop. On the rafters. He punched it in. Are you kidding me?
No stopping Wiggins there. You have to respect his aggressiveness and fighting mentality.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And just a great job converting those second chance points as well. They're having a great night getting those second and third shot opportunities.
Miami trailing to the middle. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Well, Jaquez doesn't mess around. He likes to throw it down with force.
Ball kicks to Giddey. Back to Ball. And Ball slams it in. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Up top, Adebayo. Over to the wing. Here's Ware. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet.
And Adebayo's such an excellent passer as a center. Finding the open man right there.
Giddey, the pass to Williams. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth.
2 minutes.
Smith finds Giddey. Smith feeling it out a bit. The Bulls need to get a shot on. The putback, great positioning on the putback. And the Bulls lead by 1.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And Ball slams it in.
And Ball is not going to back down.
in these moments. In fact, he embraces being the man when it's a big possession.
And counting, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And this is what we want to see more of from Wiggins, delivering a huge basket for his team.
Free throw good, Wiggins.
Tremendous job at the line as usual. You can always bank on him in those situations.
Here's Paul. Wiggins with some nice D. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. And Adebayo throws it down.
Wow. Adebayo showing some leadership there in a big moment.
Giddey gets to Smith. Smith with a screen on Wiggins. Ball against Wiggins. Outside, Ball. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. Two teammates not on the same wavelength there.
For Miami, they've gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Miami.
Well, look, you have to be able to count on energy and effort every night, and they're showing a lot of it with this transition back.
That's been all night long. And also dominating the offensive boards, and that's been winning them a lot of extra looks at the hoop.
Smith lets the pick for Ball to end the run. Miami grabs the miss. Wiggins from outside. Rebound by Williams.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Giddey. Out to Smith. Back to Giddey. Williams sets a screen for Giddey. Ball from long range. And Ware pulls it down. A 3-ball. Oh, he misses the dunk. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. Thanks so much, David. And that'll do it, folks. So, for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter David Aldridge.